hope so.
Do we have to head past this mesa?
Maybe head to the left a little bit. I think the village that lived by was also in a mesa. And then we hit desert where our pack was. Oh, wait, right here.
Is this it?
There is the village to our left, and then the packlands to the right.
Wait, that is my house. That is my old home.
Oh, so we do know each other! That confirms that we have to be friends.
Yeah. It must have been so long. This is crazy.
I do spot some burning type blocks. I wonder if a creeper.
Oh. Is
Maybe?
there a hole in the wall over there?
Mm-hmm. The entry to the village is in between the hut and the wall, so we can head that way.
Okay.
I don't see any like damage to the buildings inside. I just see damage to the wall, which I guess can happen. Like pillagers and such can get a little difficult.
Wouldn't there be people around?
Maybe they're inside.
Oh.
Well, if someone tried to attack and blow up the wall, it hopefully is recent and they just haven't got to clean it up. I don't know if I should have come back home.
What?
Hello? Hello? The town square's over here. I don't hear anybody. And my home was the one up here. Maybe they just moved somewhere else. Maybe there was an attack and they had to move and go elsewhere because I had letters. I sent letters. I sent letters after the war ended. I got a letter from Roxana like a month prior to the war ending and everything sounded fine.
Have you heard anything since?
But they wouldn't have had a way to contact me, and I haven't had the way to contact them. The only way we could transport letters before then was because people who were moved from outpost to outpost and having to travel and the information runners, we kind of had a system in place so letters could reach our packlands. I never got to, I'm sure it was purposeful, but I never got put in a position where I could cross to my packlands on my travels. So I always passed the letters off to somebody else to deliver for me. But I know they got them because I got responses. I don't know if I want to go inside.
Do you want me to go?
This is the Czar's house. It's either The body I see inside is the intruder, which is the best case scenario. It's Raven, the Zara, or it's my mom. And Raven could defend himself, so it's not likely to be him. And my mom could defend herself, but she also didn't really have to fight after losing her vision. No. It's her wedding band. I didn't make it back in time. I avoided coming back and I came back too late. I don't really know when the last letter would have been sent to know. I got letters from her, but there was always often months of delay between letters because it had to line up a certain way. I have to be at a certain outpost to pass by someone who knew of it to had it.
I'm so sorry, Fifi.
I should have came back sooner. At least if I came back sooner, her body wouldn't have been left on the floor for so long. It would've... I don't even know who all would be in the village when this happened. I don't know when this would have happened. The hole that we saw over here. There's blood, I guess, walking from it, so maybe... But first, Zara's journal. I can't say for certain, but if a pack member decided that the best case scenario was to run to the library and get our oldest book, this is likely Evelyn. No. The people I know that remained at the pack was my mom, there was Evelyn, there was Raven, there was Roxana. Eris potentially would still have been here, depending on if she would have just had her coming of age recently. So she may have been drafted already. Blood in the smithy. This wasn't prior to the war ending. This is after. Dune was the knight captain when we were here. This axe has his name engraved on it.
Is there anybody you can think of that your pack was enemies with?
Well, who wasn't enemies with people? There's pillagers would, occasionally, but they weren't really too much of a threat in the desert. We were at war with the Goblins, and while we didn't exactly have terrible relations with all goblins, because after all, we were forced to fight them, and the former adventure guild I knew had some ties to goblins. I knew that much at least, and
Fifi.
there's other packs that could have done it. It's not unheard of. It's not uncommon for packs to target other packs for resources.
Fifi.
I should have come back sooner. If this was post-war, I should have came back as soon as the war ended. I should have been here to help them. If Dude made it back from the front lines, that means I could have made it back here in time as well.
But if you had, you could have ended up like them as well.
I'd rather that than be the last one surviving of my family. I'd rather know that I was fighting alongside them and could have made a difference than knowing that while they fought and died, I was at a coronation. I was opening an adventurers guild. An adventure guild I opened so my mob could join and adventure again. How is a dead woman meant to adventure? Need to figure out whose bodies are here, because if Dune's here, that means multiple people who are returning from the draft could be here, but they can't have been the only ones. They wouldn't have all died without taking others down with them. I can't really tell, but the one outside the wall couldn't have been one of ours. They likely would have been first one down, when they noticed them approaching.
Whatever happened, whoever did this, either were strategic enough to break the walls down. I doubt it was pillagers. But
pillagers would be so much easier. At least with pillagers, I know that I can take them on myself, but I also know that pillagers aren't strong enough to take down a pack. We didn't normally wield iron weapons, so that shouldn't be one of ours. So, you know, maybe it is. Maybe someone came back from the war and had a iron weapon, and that's what they used. I don't know who that would be, if anyone. So I have I have Raven. I, Raven Zara, pledge to uphold the traditions of the Noya Pack. I pledge to protect our people and to guide us towards a better future. With my silver eyes, I acknowledge my hair would be golden. Furthermore, I promise. The pages are dried together. So I want to keep track of who's who. I want to make sure that I can bury them, and I don't want to mix up the names on the graves. This one's a horse skull, so they killed our horses to keep us from running. I guess that is a little too well thought out for Pillager Stella. I don't see a skull in here, a horse skull, so maybe that means someone or multiple people got out potentially. Right? That's what that means, right? We're missing a horse skull, that means one of them have to be out.
I don't know, Fifi. Possibly.
There's another hole in the wall. I don't even know whose house this is. I don't think about residences as if it's someone who came back after the war. They may have just taken up occupancy in an empty home. Don't see anything around here. There's a blood trail this way. It looks like they crawled into here. Oh no, I am not laying down right now. They attacked when the moon was out. We were awoken to explosions near the walls. Zara Raven called for everyone to get the weapons and to fight. They held at the front gate the best they could, but they were flanked by the holes in the wall. They were in a days off from there. So they had a distraction at the front gate. Anyone who, so that means this one's likely one of ours then, if he came from the blacksmith with a weapon. Unknown? Do I have to bury someone with unknown on their grave? They flanked through the walls. That's likely how they got the one in the house. And there's the hole by the library with Evelyn. So there's 4 that we know for sure names of. Roxana should be here somewhere. Maybe Roxana's the one that got out. We haven't found anything. These 2 are close together. It's Roxana's journal. It looks like they're running from this direction, so chances are this is one of my pack members. Oh, I don't know who. I know Roxana's daughters had been drafted and they likely would have been on their way back, so maybe one of them. I don't want to bury any of the intruders in my catacombs, but what if I mistake a body as someone who's not one of ours and is one of ours and they don't get their burial?
Fifi, you won't. You won't. I'll be here to help you. Okay.
I don't know these people. I haven't seen these people in 10 years. How am I supposed to differentiate them and know who's family and who's not family?
Fifi, even if you can't, the dead are the dead. And regardless of who was who, lives were lost. And I'll help you as much as I can to figure out who was who.
Maybe, okay, so that's Roxana's. So if we assume this is one of Roxana's daughters, and this had Roxana's journal, so this is likely her.
Oh, here,
I'm
sorry.
I believe, I don't know entirely who, but the letter said they attacked when the moon was out, so I take it they were attacked in their sleep and they never had a chance. Anyone can really fit through this window if they try hard enough, I believe. Or, well, yeah. Especially wolfkins at night.
Either they were trying to escape out of their house or escape into their house. Oh, sorry, keep. Well, you know Dune.
No, dunes and ravens for sure. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't feel like any of these three are ours. Well, I don't know who this is. It looks like they equipped themselves from the armory and ran to help, so... Get Evelyn as well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. Dead? I don't know. Potentially pass for now. They don't. Aside from the one in the house, I think so far all of my pack members have had something with them. Nothing in here to signify whose house this was either. This makes 9. 9 of my family being gone, and pack wasn't very big to begin with. I don't really know who would be left. I We haven't had the summer festival for this year yet, so that means the records haven't been updated yet. So the records in the library are gonna be 5 years old. I don't know how I even think or feel on this. I am quite literally standing in my mother's blood. In the house that I was raised in. The catacombs are this way. I can at least lay to rest the ones I know. Let's see. Don't know where open. Maybe down here. These would be people who I reported the deaths of via letter. Is there any open? Not enough open spaces, but there's some open spaces. Can you help me clear out blocks that are above so I can put them in the caskets? I don't really know what to put for this one because I don't know if it's Maze or Mira or if it's neither of them. Maybe I'll come back to that. Let's see, so Dune. My mother needs to go in the casket that has my father's name, although his grave is technically empty because we did not get a body. I just mark some of them with unknown for now.
If that is what you think is best.
Maybe whenever, if I can find any records about who has returned recently.
Sorry, I PP, the void is, one moment, so sorry. Apologies.
Oh, you're okay. I think I may have figured out who the remainder are. Roxana remained at the pack. She was more or less excused from the draft because she oversaw the raising of the children whose parents were drafted. And with Dune returning, I believe it's lately some others that were part of the draft had returned. And more than likely, Roxana's husband and both her daughters would have arrived at the same time. And it just so happens that one of the skulls was nearby Roxana. One of them was running to defend the gate. So, I think that might be who our unknowns are.
I see.
And so rather being unknown Maze or Mira, this is likely Maze and Mira. They were twins, actually. You may have, if you ever entered the Packlands, you may have ran into them. They were a couple years younger than us. I'll have to see, can we replace the ones over top of their caskets? I don't need in them now. I still have ravens, but they have to be buried differently. All Zara's have one that is at the end of a hall, and this hall is not the correct width. just realized his sword, Raven's sword, wasn't with him.
What type of sword was it?
Every Zara, when they ascend, they take on one of the two packs. I wouldn't say sacred weapons because they were forged for our original pack leaders. But one was forged to represent the sun and one was forged to represent the moon. And if I remember correctly, he should have had the moon's sword because, yes, the sun's bow is still here. So whoever did this took the weapon. So I don't know what their problem is. Which is, you know, maybe not the best. I'm not sure if you could reason with somebody that wipes out a pack. I know what happens. I do know what happens. Because it's no secret that territory skirmishes are a thing, but we more or less never really had to worry about them because who would want the desert where we did not have anything? We had to trade for everything. Sure, there's proper customs to bury Zara, but I was never around the Packlands to see how it goes. Well, that's all the corpses I picked up on the surface. I don't know if more of them are pack members or not. I might look to see if Raven held on to my letters, and I can use that with the pack records to cross-reference who is deceased prior to the war ending. Then maybe if he kept my letters, he may have kept others, and that might give me an idea of who returned to the Packlands.
Do you want to label?
Oh, I didn't, did I? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am going to start rummaging around in the Zara's office. Or not an office, the bedroom. I'm gonna go into Raven's bedroom. It's weird to say because my mother really thought me and him would make a good pair of mates. Ow. I know you wanted to come and see your house you were raised in, so if you want to go scope that out, you're welcome to. I plan to just be in this house. And maybe if I get more information that will help me identify other bodies, I will work on going through this. I don't know, do I leave the blood so I know where corpses were? Because what if I get more information that might help me figure out what happened, and knowing where the corpses were was super important, and I don't know where they were. I mean, I can write down in my notebook that Evelyn was in the library, and who I suspect else was where. I don't know what to do for this. I haven't had to do this.
Fifi, can you... I'm so sorry this happened to Fifi.
10 years. I was gone for 10 years, and all I wanted was to see my family again, and those 10 years were over. The war was over, and I didn't come back right away. I didn't come back because I was scared, because I thought I would come back and I would see all the empty houses and know that so much of her pack has been lost. But if I would have came back then, at least there would have been pack left. But there is no pack. There's no pack. It's just me. I can't.
I know.
I brought a picture of me and Amelia. I was gonna show my mom. I was like, let's show off who I was interested in, and so whenever she would kind of push me towards Raven, I don't even know if Raven would have been okay with it, but if she still tried to keep up the standard, mother was like, oh, well, you look, you would make a cute couple, that I could show her the photo of who I'm interested in now. What was the point of working so hard to survive all the fighting, all the foul play, just to come back and everyone that I was fighting to return to being gone? What's the point in that? My mama always said that I was do whatever I could to survive so that I could come back. And I did. I did come back, and she's not here.
I wish I could say there is a point, but I asked myself that too. There isn't. You're gonna have to figure out that answer for yourself eventually. But for now, Fifi, you lost people you greatly cared about and loved. So, cry, grieve, scream, shout. Or do whatever it is you need to do. Or want to do.
I'm gonna continue looking around, because I found one letter saying when, at the time that they attacked, then maybe I can find who attacked. Maybe someone else wrote something down. Or at least get hints to know what happened. Whether it be goblins, pillagers, wolfkins, or the crown. I just want to know.
I'll be around to help you, okay? I will help you figure out what happened. And I won't leave you here until you've found out what happened. Okay?
Thank you.
Of course. I know better than anyone what it's like not to get closure over something. Or at least know. So, I'll help in any way I can.
I'm gonna go down to Raven's room and also check my mother's room.
Alright. I will go investigate my old home and see if they might have been in there as well, or there's traces of them. I'll leave your pack of Familia's memoria and all their recollections to you. If
Okay.
you find anything, let me know and I'll come help. Alright?
Thank you.
Of course. Poor Fifi. I didn't think this is what we'd find when we'd come back here. My memories are foggy, but I remember this place being filled with festivities and laughter. But now it's dark and quiet. Oh, Father. Your love for blacksmithing, you could take it anywhere. Why did this fate Fifi had to end up with be similar to my fate? Mother, Father, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to wait again. I can't leave her alone until we figured out who's done this. I'm still searching, but she doesn't deserve to search for 4 years. Or longer. Has it been 4 years? I don't even know anymore. Nothing much has changed, though. It was small, but... Mom's old sushi recipe. It's still here. That's great. I can take that with me. Old chicken that we didn't take for some reason. Oh, an old roaster. An empty book. What? Titania Vulcan. What is this? I'll get it in a second. Nothing. Nothing. And just a regular book. Oh, my old room. I remember this. It's one of the first few swords I made. Look at me. What kind of person am I? Reminiscing over this while Fifi's. Old clothes. What the? Bookwell. Ominous note. What you're looking for lies behind the heart. Your desire for vengeance can be met on a moonless night at midnight. Come alone. What? Those bastards are still... No, Sundew. You will not get upset here. Not now. You have to be strong. For Fifi's sake. Mom. To my precious light. Hello, my sweet Sundew. I am writing this just a couple of days after you were born. I am watching you sleep in your cradle as we speak. I cannot believe my precious light is here already. You will probably know of this later, but we named you Sundew because you were born under the bright sun in a dewy meadow. Not the most ideal places, but me and your father are simply happy that you are safe and healthy. In a way, I like to believe you are a gift from the sun. Therefore, You'll always be my precious light. However, if you're reading this, that means I am no longer around. In that sense, I hope you never have to read this. But in uncertain times such as now, there are no guarantees. I don't know what fate I might have faced to end up in the stars, but I am deeply sorry to have left you and your father alone. I desire to see you grow. I will update this journal on my thoughts and experiences, in case I never got to tell you in time. It's been 3 years since you came to us, my precious light. Your father is pleased to know that you have also an interest in blacksmithing. Despite only being 3, you picked up a mini toy hammer and smacked your father's dagger with the words, "All better." Your father laughed as he picked you up and spun you around. I already sense you'll make your family name proud. Today you turned 5, my little light. It is also the day that your father will teach you how to fly. We went to the tallest mountain we could find. I went to the bottom and watched as your father threw you into the clouds. I won't lie, I was nervous. However, you did exceptionally. We were so proud. It's been a while, my little light. You are now 10 years old. Your father has started to teach you the Vulcan family trade. You will know the secret on how to make the most beautiful of weaponry. I can't wait to witness more of your creations. I am so excited. Today my precious light asked me to teach her how to dance. I am so happy to share my passion for dance with you, my sweet daughter. You were a natural. Today we move back to the end. You are 13 now, and as much as you love the overworld, I know deep down how much you desire to see your homeland. Your father and I have tried our best to raise you with a true Enderian spirit. My sweet light, I believe it is time I address the topic of your peculiarity. Today you asked why you were so different from the other Dragonborns. You had some tears in your eyes. It broke my heart because I cannot give you a definitive answer. Just know this, my daughter. You are perfect just the way you are, and your unique features make you all the more beautiful. Don't ever take your scales, hair, and horns for granted. They are a part of you. Treasure it. Today, lovely light, you leave for your military training. I know that you will become a fearsome warrior and be the strongest in our class. Your father trained you after all. You know how to wield every weapon possible. We will miss you. This will be the first time you are apart from us for a long time in years. It worries me, honestly. I hope you can make more lasting connections to keep you going if me and your father are no longer around. My precious light, you came to see us today. This day is a happy yet sad one. Today you leave to go join your brethren in the war against those horrible creatures. Me and your father are so proud of you. Give those bastards hell for us. We will be doing our part in keeping as many units stocked with weapons. Don't worry, your father is still looking out for the mice underground. They will be protected if Goliath Vulcan has anything to say about it. Good luck, my daughter, and may you return safe and sound. My dear Sundew, this may be the last entry I write. Your father and I are going on a delivery mission to supply the northern troops with weapons. However, there have been growing tensions in the underground, where the mice live and snakes lie. Your father and I have helped as many doves escape, but I believe they are onto us. I decided to leave this book here just in case. I hope one day you find it. Sweetheart, no matter what happens, please remember what we taught you. Be strong, be kind, and always have an open mind. Do not view this world with suspicion and anger, lest you drown in paranoia and loneliness, but rather keep your heart open and greet the world with a smile. I love you so much. You are truly my greatest gift, my most valuable treasure, and brightest light. May our ancestors watch over you from the stars. Goodbye, my light. Love, Mother. Mother, I want to cry for you. I want to shed tears for you. I wish for rain to fall down hard from my eyes. I can't even bring myself to well up, except for this pain in my chest, knowing that you didn't leave. me and Dad behind, but just me. Dad was with you. I miss you both so much. And now, being here at this village, I'm experiencing it all over again. Except this time, it's 1,000 times worse. I just lost you both, who were my whole world. But Fifi lost so much more. Why, this dreadful war. When she said, "What's the point?" I couldn't answer her. I normally would have just said, to fight, to live. But how are you supposed to live when you don't know who or what you're living for? How much of an excuse is it to say yourself? But I live on for you both. At least, I will fight till my dying breath until I find out what has happened to you. But before that, I will fight and stand strong to figure out what happened here at this pack, this place that we found sanctuary in when I was younger. The memories are slowly coming back to me. And though I might have not lived here long, it was still home. We might have not been pack members, but they treated us with respect, and I will treat them with the same courtesy and help their remaining pack member. Bring justice to them. I should sleep. Good night, Mother. Thank you for writing this. I needed it. And I'll deal with this another day.
I could